seems the cameraman's put himself in a life-threatening situation. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Minnesota. Eden Prairie, Minnesota, to be exact, just outside the beautiful Twin Cities of Minneapolis, St. Paul, for today's second game of the SDP Invitational between NSHDA and your Lake Effect Elite. We are up against the glass here. Tough camera angle, tough for me to kind of see too, as we're looking through the black netting. Your cameraman putting himself in a perilous position, perched atop of a bench, trying to bring you the best angle he can. We got about a minute left here before the start of this one. The Lake Effect team, sponsored by Power Edge Pro, falling in their game yesterday. A one-goal contest to the Minnesota Machine. Today's game, you're going to see NSHDA in white. We've got white uniforms with a kind of unique number pattern on the back. Just a black outline on the white uniform. Kind of interesting. With a almost NHL-style crest on the chest. Your Lake Effect Elite Power Edge Pro team will be in their black uniforms for the first time. The black jerseys with the red and white striping. The black pants, the black socks, and the Power Edge Pro PEP logo on the chest. We'll do the best to remember who's who. The who's who of the Lake Effect team. I think we've got jerseys back the way they should be, if I remember correctly. So we should see Robbie Stowe wearing the oh-so-familiar number 9. And RJ Farron in 34. So try to remember that as we call the game here. I don't know if they'll do the starting lineups for this one or not. I know we did last game. That was kind of cool. It might have been just the first game of the tournament, however. Oh, no, looks like we are lining up along the end lines here. So we'll bring you the Power Edge Pro Lake Effect Elite starting lineups for the visiting team. They'll be first.
Today's game is the 10 a.m. game featuring NSHDA versus Lake Effect Elite. And now the starting lineups. First for the visiting team from Lake Effect Elite. In goal, number 1, Connor Allen.
The Squish Tender. Your goaltender for today.
And number 11, Austin O'Brien.
So it'll be Reichert and Beaudoin on the back end. Morris. Shank. And Denny, the starter for Lake Effect Elite. So in that, the Squish Tender, number 1, Squishy Evans. In defense, number 11, Beaudoin. Number 17, Reichert. 44, Morris up front. With 76, Shank. And number 8, Denny. NSHDA.
And number 61, Jameson Down. And at center, number 98, Dylan Gisman. NSHDA is coached by Ryan Taylor. And now we ask you to
Pretty short bench here.
and remove your caps as we put in our national team.
Time for the national anthem. Here from Minnesota. So the national anthem completed here in the land of 10,000 Lakes, home of national finalist University of Minnesota Golden Gophers. I think a couple people going to make a trek down to the University of Minnesota later on today. This will be the only Lake Effect game for today here on Friday. So Lake Effect takes the ice. This is maybe an adjustment to the starting lineup. It'll be Fowler instead of McMahon. And it was Caston Gay taking the face-off. Here's Bedoin in behind. Looking for Reichert as it's rimmed around. It'll be Shank on the far side. Up for Caston Gay. He had the first goal for Lake Effect. The Alberta boys. As it's dumped back into the Lake Effect end, it'll be Reichert. Reichert knocked down on the play. Following on Caston Gay in support. Reichert there battling in the corner as NSHDA comes away with the puck. Battle out of the corner. Caston Gay defending as a shot comes in, and it'll find the top corner, a laser over the glove hand side. And NSHDA gets a 1-0 lead. Now to be Denny. Working the puck forward to Farron. Farron driving in, finding, firing, and he'll find the back of the cage, and it's tied at 1. We're less than a minute in. We already have a pair of goals. RJ Farron down the right-hand side sends a twisted wrister into the back of the cage. He's not going to take it. No, he's not going to take it. He is not going to take it anymore. The twisted wrister from RJ Farron. As Foster finds Lee. Back in goes Lake Effect. Right into the NSHDA zone. Pressure coming from Denny. Farron there to force a turnover. Denny up in behind, and he'll force one in on cage, kicked away. So into the corner to pick it up. Has it knocked away from him. It'll come the whole way down the ice. Lee looks to be the first one to get there. Fake one way, look to go the other, and able to advance the puck all the way up. Here's McMahon. McMahon's pass doesn't connect for so. When we dump back in behind the score stand. And we have an offside play at the line.
Number 19, Taylor Schmidt. This is number 61, James. And scoring for Lake Effect, number 34, Virginia.
We'll see a face-off outside the Lake Effect end. And Jay just dropped the puck. Lake Effect not even close to set on that play. As the puck's back into the Lake Effect end. They'll carry it around behind. They get knocked away as it's forced up the wall. To the blue line. Off of Morris, but kept in. NSHD working out of the corner. High to the point. Finding, firing. Blocked in front by the defense of Lake Effect as they run the breakout. Here's McMahon. Up the outside, protecting the puck expertly as he drives the right wing side. Lead in behind for his centering feed. Misses the stick of Morris. It'll come out to the point. Reichert possessing to the corner. Up the wall for Reynolds. Reynolds trying to go back to the corner. He's under pressure. A little skip past Caston Gay all the way to the right wing side to be rimmed around behind the cage on a reversal by NSHDA. Stepping up on the play, Fowler able to disrupt the breakout. It'll be Reichert in his own end. Across for Caston Gay. Caston Gay at the red line. His centering pass picked off, and back comes NSHDA. Defended perfectly there by Fowler along the near side board. Reynolds in behind, battling, and NSHDA coming away with it. They'll go low to high. We're seeing that a couple times. Low to high shot comes in. The squish tender tracks it expertly into the glove and chest for a cover, and with 12:07 to play on a 1-1 game, we'll have a defensive zone draw to the right of the squish tender. Denny on the draw, wins it back behind the cage. It'll be Lee picking it up there. He carries out of his own end. Sends a cross ice feed off of a stick looking for Denny. In after it, Fowler. Fowler. Chopping as it bounces up the far side boards. It'll be played out the center for Lee. Lee right back to it as he twists with the puck. Over to Denny. Denny in, onside play. Winding, firing, blocker side stop. Off the stick of Lee and counterattack right back up ice, but there's Beaudoin to pick it off. A saucy dish to the stick of Denny. His pass picked off, in comes NSHDA. Good defensive stick there. We will get a penalty, it looks like. Crashing into the squish tender went the forward, but we're going to see a hook on the Lake Effect defenseman. I'm not sure if that puck got through the squish or was knocked away beforehand. Great defensive play. It'll end up with Beaudoin in the box. Got a bit too much of the feet, I'm guessing. It's off, bouncing around in front. Wiped away by Castingate. This penalty kill was, to say the least, the story of the game against Minnesota. A shorthanded goal and multiple, I want to say 5 or 6, I think it might have been 6 or 7 big penalty kills. And the shot comes in, Squish able to get control and get a cover as Foster will put a player on his wallet in front of the cage. 11 minutes to play here in the first. NSHDA on a power play in a tied game. Shot from the plate, deflects in front. It went off of a shin pad in front, bounce, kicked straight to the outside and gets by on the blocker side. Nothing they could do about that one. A shot from the point careens off of a shin pad, and the bouncing puck finds the back of the cage to make it 2-1. Here's Lee with the puck. He'll reverse all the way across for Reynolds. Controlling just inside his own line. He'll play it all the way back. Picked up and taken away. Here's Farron again for Lake Effect. Farron and Show teaming up as they battle in behind. They'll work it up to the point, no further. Reynolds able to keep it in. No battle. It's Show. Down for Castingate. They carry behind. All the way to the point. Lee takes one way, goes the other. Pulls it back towards the middle. Able to get in, but not through, and back comes NSHDA. Back pressure by Lee disrupts the play, and it'll be Reynolds with it. His pass for Farron misses the mark, and here comes NSHDA in. Onside play. Winding, firing. Squish able to make the stop and cover. Rolling puck in behind as it's centered. McMahon there to pick it off and counterattack for Lake Effect. A great move outside in. Loses an edge as he goes down, but he'll stay up on the forward. They intercepted it, and he twisted onside play, but it'll be counterattack. And back in 3-on-3 comes NSHDA. Leaving it on the high wall. Big shot blockered away by the Squish Tender. Working to the outside, he's got Denny. He'll dump it in. Morris able to fire it right on net, looking for that rebound for Denny. As the rolling puck will gain an edge and come all the way back to the Lake Effect end. The outside for Lee. They'll spin it up the wall. Knocked down on the play casting. In comes Lake Effect as he gets back up. The play to the outside, tries to drag it around to the backhand. Gets it in on net. That's kicked away. A shank comes out of the corner with a heavy shot that just eludes the 4x6 to the outside. The work is a bit of a breakout there, dumping it all the way back into the Lake Effect end where Lee has the puck taken away. But Shank right there to take it back. Good stop and start deep in the Lake Effect end. It'll be catched and get carrying through center. Between the defenders, to the backhand, back to the forehand. That's kicked out with a beauty of a kick save. Picked off here by Lee. Tried for fair and rolling puck. That could have been too many men. As it'll end up being Show starting into the offensive. Leaving it to Foster at the point. His shot skips wide to the net. Danny battling in deep. It'll be NSHDA coming away with. Up on the forecheck pressure, Show. It'll force a play off the boards that'll be gathered in by Foster in his own end. Rimmed around for Lee. Lee's got So. Can he find him? It'll bounce just over the stick of Denny. Right to So. Taken back by NSHDA, driving in on side play as they cut into the middle. Looking. A dump to the corner. Looking out of the corner, back high. Slot shot comes in, kicked away by the squish tender. Knocked in behind. It'll be Foster to the corner. Up the wall looking for So. Rejected right back towards Foster as Lake Effect gets into a battle along the boards. It's a tough angle for us to see what's going on. It looks like NSHDA was able to play it all the way in behind the Lake Effect net where Reynolds will get control. He's pickpocketed in the corner. NSHDA low to high again. We saw him try to do it again. So unable to get a bouncing puck out over the line. Good play there by the defense of NSHDA. D play to set things up at their own line as fair and pressure. Lake Effect getting a line change as they weave in, winding, firing. Foster with a blocked shot. They pulled off the wall. Here's McMahon. McMahon carrying in on side. Trying to beat the player to the net. A good move. Just defended perfectly. As Reichert will get control. Weaving in and a shot down low as Reichert finds the opening on the low glove hand side, just off the post. And Lake Effect has tied the game at 2. Easton Reichert putting on the wrist. I mean, Morris now along the board. Lake Effect tries to get their first lead of the tournament. But countering, attacking, here's NSHDA, and there'll be a 3-on-1 around Reichert. Centering feet all the way across. Couldn't get it to get in on the net of the squish tender. Reichert to pick it up in the corner. Still Sauce all the way across. It just doesn't get through to Morris, and back comes NSHDA. Turn right back the other way, and here comes McMahon. He'll weave in. He's got Morris down the right-hand side as it plucked away as he cut to the inside. He's going to defend to the outside. An indirect play attempt defended expertly, and it'll be Lee behind his own cage. Back it around to the outside. Up the casting game right in front of the Lake Effect benches. It'll be dumped back to the corner. Here's Lee. Lee with it. He storms out of his own end. Dragger in one way, around the other, and just has it roll off of his stick at the last second. He'll center one. Here's Denny with a blast. It'll catch the chest. Paraphernalia of the NSHDA netminder. And we get a stop and play. Tied at 2 with 5:04 to go here in period number 2. Offensive zone draw. Controlled here by Foster. Right down the blue line as he'll put it behind for Denny. Denny has to track it all the way around to the far half wall. Shank will keep it in, played by a high stick, but then gathered in by NSHDA, so we play on. Come up the near side here. Inside out move on Foster. He'll keep him to the outside. A centering feed comes all the way through. Shank there to clear for Lake Effect. But unable to get it all the way out of the zone. As a rolling puck swiped at by Foster. Chipped out of the zone by Fowler. And twisting into the offensive end comes Denny. Denny pressures all the way to the corner. Like a dog on a bone. Rolling puck knocked away from Fowler. Back comes NSHDA. 3-on-2 developing here for the boys in white. They run a nice switch there. Cutting inside. Shot down low. Rebound. So Squish got the first one, but Johnny on the spot there for NSHDA to make it 3-2. A 3-on-2, a nice switch there on Foster created it what would end up being a 2-on-1. Squish got the first shot, but the guy who made the initial pass was able to cut to that pad. Squish unable to kick the rebound far enough out. And then NSHDA back in front.
Scoring for NSHDA, number 72.
Barrett in behind.
Assisted by number 61, James down.
Here's Caston. Weaving through, putting on all the moves. Couldn't get the first shot off, but will ultimately get a shot off before it's stopped. There's Reynolds has it rolling off of his stick. Looks like it'll be Reichert the first one to it. Takes one way, goes the other. Under immediate pressure as it taken away. NSHDA with numbers in the offensive end here. As they work it low to high again. Up to the point for a shot. Skipped wide to the Squish tender. As it's wedged out in front, they'll get to the rebound and clear it out over the line. Puck intercepted here by Morris. He'll look to regroup. Lake effect Denny in front of the NSHDA bench has it dislodged, but able to fire it all the way across Bedoin. Dump it in behind. Looking for Morris. It'll be picked off and with speed flying up the ice. And flicking one just wide of the goal. There's Lee right to it. Lee able to get control. He'll lead the rush out of his own end. Cutting to the inside. Has the puck knocked away. Back comes NSHDA, potential two. It'll be a 2-on-2 with a forward back. It looks like Denny defending. As they carry to the outside, expertly defended by Bedoin. Up from Morris. He can't clear. NSHDA right back to the puck. Denny pinned along the boards, able to dislodge it to Bedoin. Lofted up for Lee. Lee will reverse. As Lake Effect tries to find room, here's Morris. Morris and McCann. Or McMahon. They're calling him McCann yesterday, too. Sorry about that. As the rolling puck comes to the corner. Man with it. Tried to center. That's intercepted. Will be sent back out to center for Foster. Foster up off of Morris. Here comes NSHDA, defended to the outside by Foster. Minute and a half to go here, first period action. Lake Effect trailing 3-2. They carry it. Stood up and buried, no call. Ooh, there's a good clean body check. It's just not a checking division. So back comes NSHDA with a heavy shot wide and high of the Squish tender. Sent back to the corner. Rolling puck. Tipped out the center. It'll be Shank as NSHDA is offside. They will get that one. What? Go to the same channel as yesterday. It'll be on there. As NSHDA comes into the Lake Effect zone. So we're trying to get the link out for everybody. As they peel off the wall, winding, firing a rising shot off of a stick. Nice stick on puck deflection there to send that one over the cage. Shank couldn't quite clear. Reichert with it in his own end. A twist and turn to create a bit of space. Go off the boards to Fowler. Fowler swipes at it. He was trying to connect with Castingay. It'll be icing instead. Go on YouTube and go to that. And it should be on.
And then search
Just search City TV on YouTube. As the puck off the side of the cage to the outside is squished, and that whistle will end things. I'm going to see if I can get that link out to people. I'm going to take a break. I still can't see when I stand up. So the cameraman has stayed alive through one. I say no one has fallen. None of City TV's production crew here in Minnesota has fallen. We saw a couple spots on the ice earlier. It'll be Foster for Lake Effect in his own end. D play over to Lee. Lee looking to Sauce. He was trying to find Farron. Farron will tap it to Denny, so will follow on and support and Lake Effect in business. They'll go low to high this time. It'll be Lee from the point. Sneaking one between the wickets of the on-charging forward. Foster will try to keep it the line. It'll be ultimately gathered in by Denny. Fleet footwork there as he regains the zone. Low to high again. This time D. Here's Foster. Winding, firing, and he'll hit the glove hand side. Rebound bouncing free. Lake Effect can't get to it. It'll be cleared. NSHDA up through center. Potential 3-on-2 developing here. Lee will step in and take control, but it's counterattacked by NSHDA. Popped all the way to the corner. They'll peel things off the wall, charging the middle as it knocks away at the last second. Good defensive play there. As a rolling puck will just miss the stick of McCann. He comes in and snows the goaltender, and he'll be escorted all the way to the boards for that one. He may get a warning as well. Austin Gay takes the face off, controlled by NSHDA, but kept in at the line by Bedoin. One in behind. Morris in after. Good breakout here. Good puck possession, body work by NSHDA's defenseman as Gay will gain control at center. Has it knocked away, but picked up by Bedoin. Knocked to the outside for Gay. I'm sorry, that was Reichert. As NSHDA tries to put it back in, it's squished and will leave it for Reichert. Reichert will reverse, looking for Bedoin. Pick it up behind the squish tender. Touching it up the wall for Gay. Castingale, indirect off of the boards. He was looking for McMahon. It'll be counterattack. Here's Reichert. Reichert. Look at the eyes there. You can see it right in your living room. Head up the entire time as he'll dump it in. McMahon on the forecheck. We said it a lot yesterday. We've said it a lot again today. That comes NSHDA under back pressure from Casting gets control as it knocked away. They'll send it all the way back in. No icing to call. 3-2. NSHDA leads as Reynolds has it comes off of his boot. Couple Lake Effect players back as a nice drop pass again. Driving to the inside, a one-timer coming across the squish tender and sweet buttery crumpets. What a save. To the outside for a shot. It screams wide of the glove hand. Shank. As the bodies collide along the boards, NSHDA able to keep it in, but only briefly as Lee wedges it out the center. Nice regroup at their own line for NSHDA. Gain center red and dump it behind the squish tender. It'll be Reynolds back to get it. Reynolds has it roll off of his stick, but Fowler there in support. He'll carry it behind his own cage and look for Lee. A rolling puck will avoid Lee. Coming up for Shank, doesn't quite get there. Fowler follows on in support again. NSHDA player without a stick as they'll battle along the boards right in front of their bench. Denny ultimately in to get it. He'll reverse behind for Lee. He'll crank it all the way around. It's icing if it's far enough, and it should be. Lake Effect will look for a line change here as they'll have a defensive zone draw. Looks like it'll be Reichert and Foster on the back end. McMahon, Show, and Farron up front for the black-clad Lake Effect. Trailing 3-2 here in the second period with about 11 minutes to go. A centering feed will be picked off by Farron, sent to the line. He was trying to spring so. Great play there by the defenseman just to disrupt things outside his own blue line. NSHDA and put it right back in the Lake Effect end. Man back to get it there. They'll go heavy to the outside. Bouncing puck over the stick of Farron, and it'll be icing. A defense change here for Lake Effect will bring Bedoin and Leon to the ice. Same forwards up front. McMahon to take the face. Back to the outside for Bedoin. They'll find Lee. Lee looking to hit Farron again. That one will get all the way down for another ice. We're here from Eden Prairie Ice Rink, home of the Eden Prairie Eagles, here in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, just outside the Twin Cities of Minneapolis-St. Paul, as Bedoin gets control in front of his own cage. He looks for Farron. If they can connect on one or two of these breakout passes, but careful here, 3-on-2 right back for NSHDA. Defended perfectly by Bedoin. Picked up by Lee. Lee to the outside. Farron will get to it. Another sauce pass. This one off the skate, and it'll be on net, so no icing. But we get a cover, and that cover will mean an offensive zone draw this time. Lake Effect trying these stretch passes, and it's there, just missing by a hair at times. NSHDA will control. Nice breakout. Inside out. Forcing a shot. Good stick on puck block. And a centering pass comes off of Foster. Picked up by Reynolds. Reynolds will wedge it up casting game. He sends it for Shank with speed down the right-hand side. Stopping. Pulling up. Looking for a trailer. He's under immediate pressure right in front of the bench. Good support there by Foster. Foster able to get control and work it further. Bouncing puck comes into Foster in front of the net. Can't quite get it on cage. Good defensive positioning by NSHDA there. Ashtingay coming in. Morris in support as Shank dumped along the half wall. It'll come to the point, but no further. Foster will get it all the way back into the corner. Reversing to the opposite side. Shank comes crashing down. No call on that one either. We've seen them swallow the whistles here. As now we whack back and forth. Still no whistle. It'll be Shank. Now Morris. Morris in front. Castingay with that chance. He goes. And he'll bury one. They worked it from the corner out in front. Castigay, I thought maybe one too many moves, but not when you've got silky mitts like that. Castigay able to play it around the defender and find the short hand side, the glove side. And Castigay able to put the puck in the back of the net. Second goal of the weekend for him has made it a 3-3 game here with 8:56 to play in the second period. Reichert and Leo under pressure as a bouncing puck comes off McMahon. Wide to the outside. It'll be Lee picking it up behind the game. Roll out in front where Lake Effect able to pick it up off of Fowler right to Lee. Lee driving in. Leaving it for a blast from Fowler that comes off of a leg. And that's some of the bounces in hockey. A similar shot bounced in on the squish tender last time. This one comes out wide. But Denny will be right back in with a counterattack. Winding, firing. It's off the goaltender. He's able to get it underneath. And Fowler dumped on the play. Eight 1-8 to play, second period, 3-3 game. Halfway through this one, a nail biter. Up to the point, possessed by Foster. We'll go down low as a cross ice feed. They were looking for Fowler on that backside. Back comes NSHDA. 3-on-3 develops, and the squish tender there with the mitt to glove that one down and keep a hold. A heavy shot from a tough angle, gloved by the squish tender. The rolling puck pops free. It'll be Foster off the outside. So they're in support as back comes NSHDA. Foster defending. Nice kick to the outside is Foster. A twist and turn of it. Foster battling to the corner. There's Reichert in behind. Up to the outside. Wearing free comes Farron, and he'll get a stick in the legs, and that'll be a tripping call. And so Lake Effect will have the first power play of this one. They finally had to blow the whistle. There's no choice on that one. Clear trip on Farron. So we'll deploy a man advantage here. Looks like So, Castigay, Farron, Benoin, and Lee. The 5 for Lake Effect. Work further down the wall. Lake Effect looking to gain possession here with the man advantage, about 20 seconds in. As HCL fired off the boards, it's ice save. If it's far enough, then it is. So we'll come back to the other end. So about 28 seconds in here to the man advantage. One change, Bedoin out, Reichert in. Reichert and Lee the defense pair. Man advantage. Another face-off win by NSHDA. But this one will ultimately be picked up here by Casting. Angles right down the blue line, and Reichert able to keep it in. He'll twist and turn, setting things up. Messing to the outside right wing side as they activate the defense, and right in front is Farron to just tap it in. Happy on the power play. A great play by Reichert to the outside, and he found Farron on the doorstep. And Farron tells the puck to go home. Don't you like your home? Go to your home. And it does. Cubs would be proud.
Score for
Effect gets their first lead of the tournament, 4-3. Morris has it knocked away. Wedged into the Lake Effect then. Here's Foster stopping and starting in behind. A great power move there to create some space. His breakout pass, he was looking for Denny. He'll get it all the way into the offensive end before being counterattacked back the other direction. Twisting with it. At center in comes NSHDA. Pressured by Shank. He's knocked down on the play. As the NSHDA forward, we play on. Reynolds in behind. Now Morris for Lake Effect. He's bumped Reynolds there in support. Good puck support by Lake Effect here in their own end. Worm it all the way back around for Foster. He'll wedge it up the wall, and it'll catch that bench snow we talked about yesterday, so no icing. And Shank with speed able to drive down, disrupt things, loses an edge, but it'll be Castengay to the puck. Castengay in front for Morris's shot. That's blocked. So back comes NSHDA. Potential 3-on-2 here. Now 3-on-3. As they weave, that's off sides of the line. No call. They'll feed it to the backside. Can't connect. Lee gets to it. And Lake Effect counter. Here comes McMahon. Driving in. He'll weave this time. Pulling things up. Winding. Firing one down low. That's sticked away by the goaltender. It'll be Reichert with it. I'm sorry, Bedoin with it. Cross for Fowler, who wedges it up the lead. It comes off the referee there. It'll be countered right back into the Lake Effect zone. It'll be Bedoin in his own end. Lee follows on. And down goes a NSHDA player. We'll get the arm raised. Lee's going to head off. And a little bit more consistency there, maybe. Two players coming together, and we've seen it about 6 times in the game, and this is the one they chose to call an infraction, a body check to call on Lee. So back to the penalty kill. NSHDA with a power play goal earlier in the first one, a deflected puck off of a shin pad that took a turn of direction and a bounce. It looked more like a lacrosse shot after all the deflections in front. We'll see if Lake Effect can get a kill here. It'll be their first of this one. As NSHDA sets up, low to high, working it in front for a shot. Great block. And now they'll look to counter. Up off the boards, here comes Farron. Diving in, RJ Farron into the corner. He'll go low to high to Riker. He's got one in this one. He'll go back to Farron, who drives inside. Just couldn't quite get to the cage with the biscuit. And back comes NSHDA, potential 3-on-3 here, developing on the rush. We'll send it across. Great spacing here by NSHDA on these neutral zone plays. Running switches just inside the blue line, creating space on these rushes. Well-coached squad here, you can tell. They work in, winding, firing a slap shot, and Danny Foster loves those. He actually eats slap shots for breakfast, and he didn't have enough this morning, so he got another one right there. NSHDA outnumbers Lake Effect and tries to wedge it short side. That'll miss the cage, and a counterattack here coming for Farron. He's bodied up right in front of us, right in your living room. As you join us here on City TV, it's sent up. Here comes a counterattack. Winding, firing, squish tender makes a big stop. Reynolds will rim it around. McMahon with the puck now. Short-handed is Lake Effect, but they've had a couple rushes here. McMahon had one yesterday, and he fires another tricky shot that's fought off. Outside in move, creating some space, winding, firing, squish there to make the stop and cover. And the squish tender holds on for a whistle with 14 left on the man advantage for NSHDA. Lake Effect leading 4-3 in this one. 2 goals here in the second, the difference. And left on the power play for NSHDA. Pressured behind is McMahon. Reynolds will get to it in support. As time expires on the man advantage, they'll get Lee back. And right as we say it, here comes Denny on what would have been no offside call. Take it. Morris actually the fresh body on the ice. cross ice feed, defended to the outside by Reynolds. They'll dump it to the opposite corner. It'll be Benoit up for McMahon. Man, couldn't quite clear the zone. Morris will battle. In the corner, it'll be Denny, the first one to it. He'll force it in behind, trying for Reynolds. Good job by the Lake Effect defenseman to get control of that and continue to advance the puck. As they'll keep it at the line there for NSHDA before being tapped back out, I believe, by the stick of Denny. Back in behind the Lake Effect zone. The NSHDA team getting a lot of momentum from that power play there. It's been in this Lake Effect end since the power play expired, but now it'll be McMahon's turn to counter. He'll weave outside, now in. Losing an edge, but it will allow him to get an important line change here. As Reichert comes crashing off the bench, takes the puck away. Oh! The change. They were changing on the bench. It'll be an offside play. So they were changing the forward up front, which put a player in the zone as they gained the zone. So it'll be an offside play. 1:19 to go, second period. Lake Effect 4, NSHDA 3. There's Schenk with it. Looking, firing off the side of the cage. Bouncing puck in front, cleared by NSHDA, and back they come. Fired all the way down icing if it's far enough, and it is. We'll head back to the other end with 1:01. Play in the second. Face off for Castingham. NSHDA will fire it up the wall. Good body position by Reichert there. He'll get control and even better footwork to gain some space. Now he's got Fowler. Fowler using the crossovers to hop into the offensive zone. He fires a heavy shot. It's loose in behind. And it finally is covered up by the netminder. Heavy shot from Fowler. Catches the goalie. It dropped down between his legs. Got behind the netminder. But the defenseman able to get in there and force it back up under the pads for a whistle. And a stop and play. And now we're going to get a penalty here on Schenk as he's hooking a NSHDA player to the ice. They'll carry it on, and they're going to get a power play here to end the period and potentially start the third. As the goaltender comes off, Schenk will touch the puck, and we will get a hook. Good call there. Hooking, the call that also not legal in Minnesota. That'll get you either 2 minutes in the sin bin or about 90 days in state penitentiary. NSHDA will set up the man advantage. They've had some real good puck movement here with the man advantage. As it comes in front, Squish with a kick save, keeping it to the outside. 11 seconds left in the period. That's the clock we'll go by. A cross ice feed doesn't connect. As a shot comes in on the outside, Squish there to keep it out. Rolling puck. The horn sounds just as he covers it up. So we'll end the second period with a 4-3 lead and the puck underneath the Squish tender. We'll switch sides. We'll throw 15 more on the clock, and we'll come back for third period action in just a bit. right, so we're back for third period action. We have a carryover penalty, a minute 35 left on the penalty, and the hooking called a shank, with Lake Effect leading 4-3. A 2-0 second period gave them the lead. They were trailing 3-2. But NSHDA has been incredibly impressive, especially with the man advantage. Setting things up, getting puck possession, and getting chances. As Bedoin under pressure, able to work it over to Lee. Lee up, Farron able to play takeaway goal. Oh, I thought we were going to see a short-handed opportunity for RJ Farron. Lake Effect will dump it all the way in. I'm sorry, NSHDA will dump it into the Lake Effect head with the man advantage. They'll out pressure. Good read there. Coming off the wall. Pulling it around behind and working it low to high. That's where we've seen the danger. Go back to the half wall. Watch them to go give and go out of the corner. There it is. They've run it a couple of times, and when it's not there, they'll regroup to the high position, low to high. Here another drive off the wall. Comes free. Shot comes in. Squish with a big stop. Reaction save there. I think he lost sight of the puck and was able to pick it back up and off the wall again, and this shot high up over the glass. Work it down the wall. Lee unable to get control. 19 left on the man advantage for NSHDA. Into the outside, now high to the point. Winding, firing one, swoosh. Able to get there with a glove and then the body. And he gets a stick back. Sweet buttery Crumpets want to stop. And it's cleared out by Lake Effect. They'll get it out to center. Power play over, and NSHDA right back in. Puck rolling around in front, swiped out by So. But NSHDA right back on it. Another shot. This one comes off my kid's head to the corner. Lee will clear. They've got way too many men on the ice. No icing to call. It's a good call. It shouldn't have been too many men because they were changing, but a great job not to call the icing. Good officiating from this Minnesota-based crew. As Reichert tripped up, and we will get an arm raised for that one. Denny with a shot. That'll go wide, and we'll get a whistle, and now it'll be Lake Effect's chance to potentially extend the lead. So a power play coming. It'll be Denny, Morris, Shank, Foster, and Reichert. That's Foster controlled. Over to Reichert. Back to Foster. They play catch up top. 2 up high pressuring for NSHDA. And now we get a whistle. And I think they're both going to go. A little bit of pushing and shoving going on. Like they'll stay 5-on-4, coincidental minors with 12:31 to play. So both those players able to come back at 10:31, the first whistle after 10:31. As Denny wins it cleanly to Reichert. Good job to not make that pass there as they were trying to read the D-to-D play. Morris now Denny. Denny up to Reichert. Reichert around one. He'll control along the half wall. He's dangerous. He had a great assist on the last power play. This time he finds Foster to the corner. So crafty with the puck. Here's Morris. Up for Reichert. They'll leave it for Foster. Foster drives the half wall in front. Able to be gloved and held. It'll be an offensive zone draw with a minute 19 to go. On the man advantage. Third period action here from Minnesota. As Morris will find Lee. Lee and Bedoin to defend. Lee looking, winding. We'll go to Bedoin. Back to Lee. To the outside. And off the wall. Heavy shot. Denny. Rebound to Benoit. He slaps, passes it across. He was looking for Morris. Battle along the boards. Morris and Denny. Man in front of the kid. It'll be wedged off the wall. Lee gets there. His slap shot blocked, but it's come right to a heavy shot. And there's Denny on the spot. Stepping off the wall. Then loading up and firing a snot rocket right to the corner. And with the man advantage, they have made it 5-3. 3 unanswered goals here. 3 unanswered goals by Lake Effect since the start of the second period. A power play goal. That power play brought to you by our friends at Power Edge Pro. As the Swiss tender kicks the puck out, we'll see his Lake Effect counterattack. Here comes Farron. Controlling to the outside. Can he get a step? He'll drive in, backhand, forward, and what a save. And the goalie's in the net, but the puck is not. What a save. Reynolds with a heck of a dish up the outside to Farron, who just got that big body, that big frame in front to drive the cage. Has to get knocked down on the face-off. Lake Effect will control. It'll be Riker. As the puck escapes the center, potential 2-on-1 here. Defended by Reynolds. Back check by So. And So eliminates the player. Everybody looks to see if the referee's arms raised. It's not. Reichert working in behind as they battle further. We hit the 10:31 mark, so next whistle, the 2 players in the box will be eligible to return to the game as Castengate takes a shot up high. Keeps in NSHDA, work to the inside, shot comes in, and a great play there to feed one backside. It'll beat the Swiss tender to the blocker side and make it a 1-goal game. They basically had a 2-on-0 come off that wall there, and a good dish to the outside for a forehand wrister that rises up over the blocker side. Tough play along the wall there as Castengate got knocked out of the play with a high hit. That freed the puck up to drive off that wall. And NSHDA takes advantage and makes it 5-4. That's maybe a little bit of return for not calling the earlier one on the back pressure by So. Morris will force it further. Here's Fowler to it. Great centering feed for McMahon, who his backhander stopped. The referee just jumped in my way. Couldn't quite see his lead drive one to the cage. They'll try to counterattack here. Lake Effect gives the blue line there and forces things to the outside. It'll be Foster in a war along the wall. And usually when he's in one, they'll win it. And SHDA trying to come off the half wall. Again, another give and go down low. They've done that a number of times. They love that give and go out of the corner. That one just barely bounces over the stick with 9.5 to go. A 1-goal game here. As Lake Effect trailed 3-2 at the end of one, they were able to score back at a 5-3 lead, but now it's been NSHDA with a number of scoring chances, including making it a 1-goal game again. There's Lee with it now, dancing to the outside. He's bodied along the boards in front of the bench. He'll follow right on. Good stick-to-itiveness there by the defenseman for Lake Effect. They'll go back up high here, So with it. So protects the puck, but has to take it away. Back comes NSHDA. Good stick by Benoit, able to dislodge the puck, and driving with it comes Denny. He's got a heavy shot. We've seen it a number of times. This one goes stick on puck deflection just wide. As 2 players come into each other, it's a potential 2-on-1 here. Farron with a back check pressure and another heavy wrist shot. They couldn't get to it. A 2-on-1, and that wrist shot goes rising up over the glove hand side to tie the game at 5. Lake Effect with only 1 defenseman back there. As the puck bounced out of the NSHDA end. Just a good job trying to get stick on puck. It just rose. I don't think it got to it, and that rising shot finding the corner above the glove hand stop. Danny plays takeaway at the line. Rolling puck will be picked up by NSHDA. Cross ice feed comes off the stick of Farron, but they're able to possess it. 61 here has been excellent for them at getting that puck deep into the Lake Effect zone, and Riker will battle. No quit. Staying right with it. Bouncing puck will be sent out the center and casting. Weaving in, a shot comes in, Squish kicks it out, rebound off the post, middle dive back, did he get another one? I can't tell. Somehow the puck stayed out. I couldn't see from here how. A bouncing puck in front this time. It'll be Reynolds getting to it. As it squirts out the center. Couple great scoring chances there for NSHDA. They'll come around Riker and sliding across and Squish to make a save. A wraparound attempt defended perfectly by Riker. A heavy shot. This one goes high and wide. It'll act as a breakout. Can Fowler get to it? They get tied up, but Morris follows on. In front for Fowler. Just knocked away at the last second. Shot comes in. Scorch able to squeeze that one into the body, and with 6:54 to play, NSHDA giving a heavy push here to take the lead back. It's tied at 5. Face off in the Lake Effect zone as they go low to high. Shot comes in off the glove of Lee and over the cage. He's so getting struck. And that comes because of the casting gay hit earlier that wasn't called. Now we get a heavy hit on show along the boards. And they're going to even it up. It looks like Lee's going to head off as well. So Lake Effect won't get the power play from the body contact there. We stay 5-on-5. It'll be Denny. The outside Morris. Morris back to Denny. They give and go through the neutral zone. Work to the corner. Denny back in deep to get it. Rolling puck. It'll be Farron on the pressure, but good counterattack NSHDA. Up through center. Moving to the outside. Rolling puck comes free. Good contact there as it squirts through, but is cleared at the last second by Foster. Driving in NSHDA. They've had the puck here the majority of the end of this third period. McMahon has the puck taken away at his own end. NSHDA low to high here. Come free to the point. Back to the corner. Winding, looking. Stick rolling around in front. And a rebound came off a defender in front right to the NSHDA player. It's been all NSHDA here. Battle, let's go. So NSHDA storming back to take a 6-5 lead here with 5.5 to play. Be Reynolds.
Scoring for
McMahon has it taken away. Moving in their own end, able to get it up for Caston. Caston gay, darts it. Carries through, has the puck taken, and right back comes NSHDA. Shank defending to the outside. Lee Reichert in the corner. I do believe the scoreboard says 5-5, but I'm pretty sure it's 6-5. Unable to get out the center. It'll be NSHDA controlling in that neutral zone here, using the body to defend to keep that puck on his stick. And Lake Effect just able to clear it out. It's icing if it's far. Oh, no icing. They're going to say no icing. That's in behind as it's fired up off the outside. It's icing if it's far enough, and it is. 4 minutes, 26 seconds to play here in the third period. Scoreboard is updated at 6-5. NSHDA leading Lake Effect. Denny to lean over the dock. As they drive one in, rebound sits there, and it's cleared out. Morris with that power move. Here comes Denny. In on what will be an offside play. Denny to take the draw. Wins it cleanly to Foster. Foster over to Lee. Lee out of the box. He'll wind and fire a missile to the blocker side. That's blockered away. Lee back with it. Off the board. Down low as he twists around. It'll be Morris in the corner. Tip past Lee, and in comes NSHDA on another 2-on-1. An odd man rush here. Looking, winding, firing, and Swishtender fights that one off with the shoulder. Fowler back to pick the puck up. He comes streaming through center. Battled all the way to the NSHDA zone where they'll reverse and counterattack. Shot skipping wide of the Swishtender. Picked up in the corner. Work things deep there. NSHDA battling deep in the Lake Effect zone. 3 to play. Lake Effect trailing by a goal. Work it out of the corner. NSHDA continuing to possess here. Heavy shot from the point. Deflects off of Lee. That another deflected puck there on a heavy shot from the point at 7-5. Now really up against it. NSHDA wins the draw and drives right back into the Lake Effect zone. The ice completely tilted here in the third period. Barron able to get it out the center, and they counterattack. Taken away by NSHDA. They'll set it up to the outside. Controlled at the blue line. Here's So with it. Battle along the board. Going along the wall. It's Bedoin and So. Taken away by NSHDA. They'll drive in onside. So back to it. They'll go off the boards. He's looking for Farrington. He pop free. He's 61 for NSHDA. Good little play there by Farron to regain control. His centering pass picked off, though. So right in after. He and Farron will team up. Under 2 to play. Squish coming off, it looks like. They're going to add the extra attacker here. It was worked down low. Six-on-5 action here for Lake Effect. As McMahon peels out of the corner, centers one. Knocked free, it'll be gathered in NSHDA. Can they get it out? They can't. Good interception by Shank for McMahon. McMahon to the back end. His shot down low, off the pad. Rebound. Out in front, it's tapped by. And I couldn't tell you who got a stick on it. I think maybe So. to make it 7-6 with 1:19. Here's the announcement. Good job by McMahon down low to keep just digging. Able to fire the puck out in front, and somebody got a twig to it. I'll put the squish tender in at the top of the hash marks here. It'll be Reichert in his own end. As Robbie still with the goal, here comes Reichert. Over to McMahon. Work it deep. It'll be Lee with it. Over to So. So all the way across off the skate of McMahon. Denny in on the forecheck, 46 seconds to go. Denny will play takeaway. The casting guy in front! And he finds the back of the net! Casting game buries the biscuit. And ties the game at 7. And then he's going to the box. Looks like the coach, not much of an argument here as they tie it at 7, 42 seconds left. Attack, Danny, let's go! The firepower of Lake Effect here coming into effect now. NSHDA trying to retake the lead with the man advantage. Castonguay scored, but got called for something as the squish tender will get a glove on that shot from the point. We'll work it down low, off the wall, up to the point. Pressure coming. Back across, winding, firing. Squish with a big save. Rebound rolling around in front. It'll be tapped out. It's Lee knocked down on the play. Arm raised. As we'll get it even up a Zoe here with the puck. Here's their best chance to score. In front for Lee. It'll be taken away. Whistle blows. And with 2.7, we will get a penalty on NSHDA and an offensive zone draw. My guess is they'll pull squish to get the 5th attacker on there. Yep, they're going to pull the squish tender with 2.7. It'll be 5-on-4. Danny will look to smash it towards the cage. We have one too many. The shank coming off. So Denny, Lee, with a heavy shot. So in front. They just dropped the puck. Lee will fire towards the cage. It'll just skip wide. So we'll end this one 7-7. We had a guy in the box. 5-on-4. So a tie game here.
Thank you, fans, for coming out tonight.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow.
And congratulations to our